Hello and welcome to this After the Dark edition of the Rockies Now podcast. Adam, good to see you, my friend. It's
You
12:30, almost
too.
12:30 Mountain Time here for both of us. For Tom, he's unable to come in tonight for good reasons. I mean, it's almost 1:30 his time, and he had a long day of work. So, uh, Adam, nothing really happened today in the Rockies world. I mean, this is not something we need to talk about, right? I
I don't think
mean,
so, man. I think it
yeah,
was a pretty pedestrian day in
yeah.
the land of Rockies baseball today.
And especially in the New York Yankees world as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, nothing really much happened. But anyways, that will do it. No, I'm
Mhm.
just kidding. Anyways, let's talk about the trade here. So, as most of you guys already know, unless if you've been living under a rock over the last several hours, the Rockies have traded third baseman Ryan McMahon to the New York Yankees for pitching prospects Griffin Herring, and I forget the other guy's name. I do apologize here. Adam, do you have that name?
His name
We're
is
pulling up
something
right now.
gross.
Yeah, gross. Yeah, yeah. Let me see here. I'm pulling it up again.
Josh Gross.
There you go, Josh Groves. Right, and he's a right-handed pitcher. No, excuse me, he's a left-handed pitcher. Where Herring's is he right-handed? Again,
Herring's
I'm
left-handed. Gross is right-handed.
okay. Again, we're kind of still figuring things out. We're still looking at the numbers here, folks. I mean, the trade is still kind of, I mean, it's official, but we're still finding out some results here and some information about some of these prospects here because again, these guys are in single A. So we got our guy Wild Innocent in the comments. Good morning, Wild. Good to have you in here. We have 8 people, and for those who were in here a few months ago when we had the Nolan Jones trade, we had over 100 people. So that's our goal, to get at least that. If we can do that, man, we're doing some great things here at Rockies Now. And you have to hit that like and subscribe button. And that's my click for tonight for
Yes,
you guys.
sir.
That's
Yes,
your
sir.
homework, guys, for those who are watching. So, Adam, what are your initial thoughts on it? Were you surprised? Not too surprised? Did you see this coming? What did you think?
Yeah, so first of all, I think it's a great trade for both parties, and I said that on our Instagram page. I was surprised for sure because the Rockies have had this reluctance to move
Yep.
players at the deadline, right? Trevor Story
Mm-hmm.
walked for
Mm-hmm.
nothing. DJ LeMahieu walked for nothing. It's just kind of their thing. But I'm happy for Ryan McMahon because he gets a chance to play playoff baseball now
Yep.
and he is sorely needed by the New York Yankees because their defense has been just
Tremendously
horrible.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, these rumors I kept hearing about Eugenio Suarez to the Yankees, I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Like, you're
Yeah.
just going to make your defense even worse than it already is. And sure, he's a
Mhm.
nice, really nice right-handed bat, but then who's going to catch the ball? So that fit never made sense to me.
Mhm.
I do have concerns, and I'm not a Yankees fan, but like they have a lot of left-handed bats now, so I don't
Yeah.
know what they're gonna do from there. Probably not our thing to talk about, but adding McMahon was a little bit surprising in the fact that they have a lot of left-handed bats in that lineup, and I really thought they were going to be in on Suarez, but I'm glad for both parties that the trade was made. Now, on the Rockies side of things, Steve, Rockies fans have been reacting
Yep. Mhm.
interestingly to this trade.
Yeah.
Some people were saying that we lost our best player, and I was like, he's not even like top
Top
five on this
5.
team right
No.
now.
No.
And some people were just like, we can't, like, we always, develop these guys into stars and then we trade them. It's like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at the state of the Rockies, this trade makes sense.
Yeah,
You're
100%, yeah.
getting assets in return for a guy that
Mhm.
isn't in the plans. He's not in the contention window. So why would we keep him? Why would we keep paying him? What is it, $16 million a year?
Yeah.
While Kyle Karros and Charlie Condon and Ethan Holiday are in the system, like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I'm actually praising the Rockies for doing the
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
thing
Yeah.
and making a good trade, Steve.
Mhm. Yeah, and we mentioned this, and Wild said this in the comments, they got this done early, man. I mean, they did this, the Rockies did this at the right time, because imagine if Mac goes 0 for, like, 17 in the Orioles series, and he strikes out like 10 times, that's going to tank his value. And the Rockies, this is something that they've rarely done ever, I feel like in a long time, is trading guys at the right time. And I think they nailed it with Ryan Mack. And so hats off to the Rockies for that. And again, we're waiting to see if the reports were true about the front office making changes within the front office of people changing things over. Hopefully that's going to come. Praying for that. But yeah, I mean, when you mentioned, Adam, about the package here, again, there were thoughts, there were rumors. I mean, it's still out there that the Yankees are listing for Ben Rice. Now they're kind of reluctant to trade him, but you and I were both talking just previously that maybe the Rockies could have done something like that, or maybe there was interest. Maybe the Rockies were interested in Ben Rice, and they said no, we're not giving. And so the Rockies maybe went to pitchers here, or maybe they just. I have a feeling they probably more likely just went to the pitcher route. And I think this is exactly what the Rockies need to do, right? You draft, if you're a draft and develop team, not only do you have to draft and develop, you have to make trades and develop those trade assets. Because, like you said in years past, the Rockies have miserably failed on that. And, trading Trevor Story, German Marquez, another one. Give me Mark Reynolds, maybe in 2018 or 2019, whatever year it was, he had some value. I mean, the list goes on. And Daniel Bard in 2022, like the Rockies could have traded him. They did nothing at that deadline, which was super frustrating. I'll never forget that. So they made a good move here today, not just because they made a trade, but because the trade makes sense. Well, and I think, yeah, go ahead.
Well, and to the point that's on the screen from Wild.
Yeah, it frees up money.
Yes, and getting it done early was the best thing the Rockies could do because, yes, Ryan McMahon has a market, but it's not a huge market.
No.
It wasn't a huge market like Suarez. So, like, if you wait too long and somebody trades for Suarez and somebody makes another trade, then McMahon's market gets even smaller, and then you don't have any leverage in the situation. So
yeah, and now the Rockies, they don't have to worry about max contract now. Like sometimes some people think, oh, we're still going to have to pay for it. No, this is more different.
This one.
Because the Rockies they're basically the Yankees are going to be paying the rest of his contract. So that's a good news for the Rockies. They're going to free up some money. Now you can say what you want about the ownership. Oh, this is just for Dick Monfort to build another rock pile or rooftop. Listen, we can talk about the jokes here, but hey, great job by the Rockies here, and we do agree with Jackson here. Hopefully this is Bill's last time, but I will say hats off to Bill Schmidt here for doing it on time and at the right time, and hopefully, Adam, the Rockies aren't done. They need to make at least a couple more trades, maybe 3 or 4. You saw, Adam, I know a lot of you guys who are watching this, or if you're listening later, we made a list on our Instagram page this morning, or I should say yesterday morning, of certain players that we feel like that should be or could be traded, or at least should be considered a trade. And there was at least maybe close to 10 names on that list where for the casual fan, it might be like, oh, just McMahon and Bird and that's it. No, I feel like there's a bunch of tradable assets here for the Rockies that could 100% get you value. I mean, I'm not just talking like, oh, just like a random like prospect. No, I'm talking real value. I think the only one I got somewhat dislike from is from our guy Chris, who was on our podcast early in the offseason. I put Blaylock on there, and I think some people didn't like that. I feel like the Rockies should, or at least consider moving either Blaylock or Tanner Gordon. Tanner Gordon's been looking really good in his few starts this year. Same thing with Blaylock. I think they could get some value. I mean, Blaylock came over last year from the Nick Mears trade, right? So you can move him, and then or Tanner Gordon. I would probably rather see Tanner Gordon stay. I like his upside a little bit more than Blaylock. I know it's hard to believe. I know Rockies fans won't like that, but it is what it is. That's just my opinion. That's the Rockies Now podcast, everybody. But yeah, so there's still a bunch of deals that could be made, and so I'm excited to see what the Rockies can do. I just don't hope that the Rockies say, okay, we're done. We're done for the deadline. No, I mean, heck, they can definitely. I think they can trade Kyle Farmer. I'm sure there might be a team out there that could use a backup infielder. But I don't know about you, Adam, but would you agree that Mickey Moniak and Tyler Freeman are untouchable for the Rockies? Because maybe these guys should be staying for at least another year next year. Still, again, for me, if I had to pick one, definitely Tyler Freeman stays. I mean, this guy should be a guy that stays with the Rockies. It was a great trade by Bill Schmidt and the Rockies for Nolan Jones, who, again, Nolan Jones is just cannot find his groove in Cleveland. And so I don't know, Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, well, the list that you put out earlier was something that I agreed with for sure. I have seen reports floating around that the Rockies will entertain offers for Seth Halverson and Bodnick.
I don't
No
like
thanks on
that.
that.
No, because we need those guys. I'm like, who's going to be like the backup guys for those? You can't. You can't replace those
so
guys.
Jake Bird should be on the table.
Yeah, 100%.
Freeland should be on the table. Marquez would be on the table if he wasn't injured. Definitely Tyro Estrada. He's here on a 1-year contract. Why not?
It's not like he has a future with his team.
I actually think Mickey Moniak should definitely be on the trade block because the Rockies have an influx of outfielders that are supposed to be coming. Fernandez, Veen, they've got Beck, they've got Doyle. Freeman can play the outfield. Benny Montgomery's getting healthy. Jared Thomas is starting to hit. We don't know if Charlie Condon's going to be an outfielder, an infielder, whatever. So I feel like Mickey Moniak's probably an expendable piece unless you see him as someone that you can build around. But I think how old is he, 27?
Yeah.
Is that 27. His age?
Yeah, Moniak? Yeah, 27.
Okay, well,
yeah.
Freeman definitely not. We're not trading him because he's under team control until 2029.
For a couple of years. For a few more years.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see because I'm looking at so again, we'll get to some of these comments here, but Lux mentions that and again, Wild, thank you for the comment that the draft this year wasn't pitching heavy, so adding these two looks really good. What would you guys expect McMahon's market if he was traded last season? So that, right now I'm looking at MLB.com from last year. There wasn't a large, again, as far as I can see, there wasn't a large third base market last year, Adam, if I'm looking at this correctly. I mean, a lot of them were pitchers, some outfielders like Eloy Jimenez went from the White Sox to the Orioles. As far as right now, Adam, I don't see, kind of Falefa, but I don't think he was a third baseman. I mean,
the Mariners would have been in on that last year.
So as far as I can, again, double check me if I'm wrong, guys, if you're in the comments, but I don't see a lot of third basemen from last year's trade deadline. So last year, I think would have been, again, I think you mentioned this not too long ago, Adam, just fairly recently. I mean, McMahon would have had a better market last year. And he should have been traded last year. I think we all can agree because, again, Rockies made only 2 trades last year, and they were both for Nick Mears and Jalen Beeks, and that was it. They cut the cord, and it's just okay, why? That was so frustrating. Where this year, much better start, but let's finish it. So, but to answer your question, Lux, I think last year would have been better to trade McMahon for the market that he was at, because I think the only other third baseman might have been Isaac Paredes, who went from the Rays to the Cubs. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. But it's Isaac Paredes. He's not an all-star third baseman. So looking back on it now, it's a little frustrating, but hey, it happened. It's over with. Mac is in a pretty good place. He's going to have a chance to win meaningful baseball games in New York, and he might have a chance to play in the postseason, which is going to be awesome. So
love to see it.
You love to see it. We'll be rooting for Mac no matter what, especially if it's going to be against the Dodgers again in the World Series, I swear.
I don't think the Yankees will be in the World Series, but
it's just
they'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah, they'll be in the playoffs. Maybe the hangover there'll be some sort of hangover there. Would we get way better prospects if we traded him right after the All-Star game last year? Yes. Again, to answer kind of what we said to Lux here, I think his value was very, very high last year, which is, again, makes things a little bit worse than last year, because I'll never forget, I think Tom and I did a show right after or right around the time of the deadline, right after it happened, and we weren't very happy at all. It's just missed opportunity. And as a matter of fact, you guys can go read it on our website at rockiesnow.com, that, Tom wrote an article about how quiet the Rockies, trade deadline was last year. And not being able to move McMahon, especially when there wasn't a whole large third base market. So, yeah, I think we would have had a better market for Mac last year.
They came out too last year. I think the Rockies and McMahon had conversations, right? And and he straight up told them, "I don't want to be traded." I'm pretty sure I remember reading that.
And Bill Schmidt was like, "Okay, sounds good."
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, I think the market probably would have been better last year. The market's still good
100%.
this year though, because
it
got
us
2 pitching prospects. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, it goes back to making this trade at the right time. I mean, the Mariners, I know that they were in on Ryan. I don't think they were going to get him anyway, but the Mariners were in on him. The Cubs were in on him. And maybe a few more other teams out there that were on McMahon. But again, the Rockies, this was probably their best deal for them. And I think, for us looking at it this way, I think the Rockies did an excellent job and just doing it now instead of waiting, for next week for the last second to make a deal. The Rockies, they did their research. They looked at these pitchers that they got. So hats off to the Rockies. And now all for us Rockies fans, all we have to worry about now is development, because if they can develop these guys into really good arms, then there you go. I think this is a great trade. And yeah, for a lot of Rockies fans saying, like you said, Adam, a lot of Rockies fans, it's almost natural. You see this with any team when they trade a fan favorite. For a lot of people, they get naturally upset. But again, we can proudly say, I think a lot of Rockies fans out there, especially when it comes to us at Rockies Now or Blake Street Banner or whatever, we kind of saw this coming from a mile away. We just didn't know which team, but we thought, 100% the Yankees were on that list. And I think a lot of people in the baseball media knew this too. So again, no big surprise here. So we're happy that this deal got done. Again, good trade for both sides. For Mac, we're going to miss him, but it was time to move on. He's not a part of the Rockies' future plans here. Again, he's not meant to be a leader of this team. He's not meant to be in that role. That's not for him. It's meant for a guy like Charlie Condon, Ethan Holiday. So we're
let's not conflate leader and star.
Yeah,
because
I apologize. Yeah,
I'm sure he's a leader to a lot of guys in the clubhouse, but the star, that's not him.
No,
he's a very, very good baseball player, but he is not going to carry a team. He's just not going to do that. Now, that's why I think he will flourish in the Yankees lineup, because he doesn't have to be the star. Yeah. He's got Aaron Judge and Stanton and Rice and Grisham and Jazz Chisholm and Cody Bellinger. Man, that's a lot of lefties.
Yeah.
In that lineup. So I think he'll be fine. He'll be able to find that short porch. The Yankees, they know how to develop hitters, dude. I mean, Anthony Volpe's not very good right now. But they tend to get their hands on some hitters and do good things with them. So I'm hoping that happens for Ryan. But one thing, I want to go back to the Mickey Moniak thing, because this is interesting. I'm looking at his contract. He is under team control through 2027. So if the Rockies were to trade him, they've got some leverage there, because the team that trades for Mickey Moniak gets a player under team control for 2 years.
So the Rockies wouldn't. So
it comes down to, is Mickey Moniak in the future plans for the Rockies? I mean, I would assume not. But he is playing very well this season.
Yeah, I mean, this is his best year of his career. I mean, that's the tough thing too, because again, we acquired him for nothing from the Angels. The Angels just gave him away. Laugh out loud. And I mean, this is a guy that even going to spring training, I had a feeling this guy might be able to turn around. I mean, he's a former number 1 overall pick by the Phillies, and he just never panned out in Philadelphia. Never panned out in Angels. He had a few good stints here, or maybe a 1 or 2 decent seasons with the Angels, but nothing like what he's had. I mean, he's arguably, ever since June 1st, I think he's been one of the best outfielders in the game. That says a lot. And so now it's a difficult decision. I mean, again, we're not in the front office here, but I'm sure the Rockies front office are scratching their head okay, do we want to keep him or do we want to trade him? there's a lot of questions that go into this. I mean, Doyle, he's I don't believe he's injured. It's just like Doyle's just not been playing very well this year, and so it's just they're letting Doyle just take some time off, just relax a little bit. But and I wouldn't be surprised. Again, we're not trying to put pressure on Brenton Doyle to go back to last year when he was an all-star type caliber player, but with Doyle being back in center field, and then you would have Fernandez, Zach Veen, Jordan Beck in the conversation, and then who knows, Charlie Condon, if he moves to one of the corner outfield spots next year, which we're hoping for, fingers crossed. Where is Mickey Moniak going to play? And because, I mean, you could put him in the bench, but he's more of a starter. I mean, that's who he was in Anaheim. And then this year, he's been pretty much a starter since opening day, right? I mean, he's been a right fielder / left fielder from time to time, even center field when Doyle's having his day off. So I would be okay with moving Moniak here, just because, even though I wouldn't want it because I really like him, I think it would be if he gets you value, if he can get you 2 to 3 prospects, go for it. Just make sure you get the right package here. Don't get like one guy who is 36, reliever that the Rockies don't need for the future. Get a guy who is in AA, AAA, who has elite stuff, has really good breaking ball pitches, and that's who the Rockies are targeting. We've noticed. I mean, they had some deceptive pitches. I think one of the guys that we got today is a really good fastball, and one of them, and the other one has a slider. I think the slider goes to Herring. I think he has a really elite slider apparently, with some good movement there. So, if the Rockies can maybe move Moniak, I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, I could kind of see it coming, Adam. I don't know about you, but I could see a trade coming from Moniak here. But at the same time, though, I wouldn't be surprised if the Rockies keep him and maybe trade him in the offseason. But hey, why not do it now since his value is so high? Because other than McMahon, Adam, I think Moniak is their other highest value player right here, because I think Bird is still up there in value, but he's dropped again. Bird surrendered another earned run today. And so I think if the Rockies need to pull the trigger here, maybe you pull the trigger on Moniak here and move him so you can have Fernandez play every day, or call up Zach Veen. And here's another interesting fact. Again, we didn't really release this on our Instagram pages today, but Sean Bouchard got DFA'd. Now, again, he could potentially go back to AAA, whatever, but I'm pretty sure he was already in AAA. So maybe this is it for Bouchard. And so maybe it's like, hey, we're going to call up Zach Veen or somebody. And then I also saw a tweet somewhere saying that the Rockies are going to be calling up Warming Bernabel. Is that correct? Yeah. So I think they're going to make some more moves, which I think, again, of course, that's a good sign. But I think we might see some more movement, especially. But I would imagine by the end of this series, we're going to see at least 1 or 2 more moves here.
Yeah, Bernabel's just warming the seat for Kyle Karros.
Yeah, I agree. Like me and Tom were talking this morning. Again, if you were watching our Instagram live, we appreciate you guys. Again, 26 people in here at 12:30 or 12:47 our time. Again, maybe not as much as we were last time, which was fun. But again, we appreciate you guys. Feel free to like and subscribe, and send in your comments and questions. We'll try to get those before we end tonight's show here in a few minutes. But yeah, I agree. I think Karros needs a little bit more time. Again, he just got called up to AAA like a week or 2 ago, so give him some time. And then obviously Condon, you want to treat that guy with kid gloves. He's doing a good job holding his own in Hartford, which is the toughest jump as a prospect or pitcher. So we're excited, but yeah, I agree. I think Bernabel, he's been in the minor leagues for quite some time. Why not give him a shot? Of course, Arcia is going to be playing third base a little bit here and there, but I think it's going to be Bernabel / maybe Ritter / Arcia sharing a third base for the rest of the year.
There's another guy.
Maybe Aaron Schunk.
The Rockies shouldn't. Well, Aaron Schunk is not good, and I wouldn't care to see him ever again. But the Rockies should not have Kyle Farmer in the lineup or Arcia in the line. Like, what are we doing? Those guys should not play for the rest of the season. And if you can get rid of them, get rid of them. We don't need those guys. It's time to let the kids play. Ritter, I don't know what his versatility looks like. Can he play third base? I'm sure he could. Or Tyro Estrada can play third base. I think he should be a trade piece, though.
Yeah. What about
getting?
Yeah. What about
But,
Toglia? Toglia. What do you think about him?
yeah, somebody asked us about that.
Yeah, like he still has a few years left of team control, and I think
he's on the hot seat though, man.
Dude, he is. No offense to Toglia, but we're losing our patience on Toglia because again, he's striking out like every night, at least once or twice, maybe 3 times every night, and it's just like he's gonna make a new record in baseball history for most strikeouts in one season. It's just like Toglia, we need you, man. We need you, but it's just like we can't have this, and that's why again we're gonna get to some of these comments here, but Jackson says I've seen the Rockies want him at first base, meaning Condon. So could Toglia get moved in a package somewhere, and then
Toglia has 0 trade value, so he would just be rotting.
DFA'd.
Yeah, he would just go down and.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess
the only value I feel like Toglia has is his defense, and I mean, I could see Toglia win a Gold Glove in his future, but that's about it.
There's no trade value, though.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in a year where he's done. I hate saying it, but nothing. It's just it is what it is, and that's being kind about it. But and then we have Casey here. What's the plan for Toglia if Con becomes our first baseman? Again, Toglia's out the door. Again, this is a guy that the Rockies, I'm not saying whiffed on. I mean, again, if you look at the draft in 2019, Toglia was, I think, late first because, again, if you remember, this is back when the Rockies or when Major League Baseball did not have the draft lottery. The Rockies got Toglia late in the first round because the Rockies had a successful year, really good record in 2018. So Toglia was picked up late in the first round. And as a matter of fact, I think the Rockies picked him before somebody really good. I forget who it was. I need to look at that draft class again. But yeah, it hasn't panned out. I mean, Toglia last year, maybe last year was his ceiling, man. I just feel like he, again, like you said, Adam, he's on the hot seat, and I feel like Condon is really about to jump and take over Toglia's spot there. And that's what's so interesting because, Adam, if you looked at the stats for Condon this year, most of his games have been at first base. And I think the Rockies are like, hey, Toglia, get your act together. If not, you're out. And that's the right thing that should happen. It's not like, okay, we're going to still keep Toglia around. No, like this is competition. You want the best player on your roster playing at that position. And I think I'd rather have, and the thing that's most exciting, Adam, about Condon, again, things can change. I know it's minor league baseball. I get it. But in single A, right before Condon got the call to Hartford, Condon had more walks than strikeouts. That is a huge, huge positive. I don't think a lot of baseball fans understand that. It's so incredibly hard to do that. And for Condon, who is a power swing guy, you don't see that very often, more walks than strikeouts. So that's a positive. Now, his strikeout numbers have gone a little bit up, obviously, in Hartford. No big surprise there. Again, it's a big jump. But again, that's just like I feel like it's almost time to move on maybe from Toglia as well, even though he has a little bit more years under him. He has more years of control, but still, like, you can still move him. Like Mac. Mac still had a couple of years under his contract. You can move him, and then you don't have to worry about it. So we'll see. Trying to see if we have any more comments here. Yeah.
The power numbers for Condon are still not there though.
Yeah, like the home runs. Yeah, he has like
he only had 3 home runs in Spokane, and he has 2
with Hartford.
In Hartford. So
and they were back-to-back days, which is
I don't think we're gonna see him anytime soon. So Toglia, he has time to get his act together. And like Luck says in the comment, he does have more value than an Estrada or a Farmer, and I'm sure teams would be interested in him to a certain extent. But the strikeouts and the lack of productivity at the plate at that position specifically are just not going to draw a lot of attention, unfortunately, or not the right attention anyway. But I don't, it just kind of depends on where the Rockies see these players fitting in. Like, where do they see Ethan Holiday fitting in? Where do they see Condon fitting in? Is totally a part of the plans? Is Freeman part of the plans? You know, like, is Ritter part of the plan, or do we, you know, move off of him? Like, it's at this point, after watching Ritter so far this season, I think he should play second base and Togo should play shortstop, and maybe Holiday should play third and Condon should play first. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Freeman and his versatility, he can play the middle infield, he can play the outfield. I'm not giving up on Brenton Doyle.
Yeah.
And then Jordan Beck has been awesome. I think that if you're looking at the DH spot, Tolia could possibly bring value there, but the problem is right now is his only value is defense. Well, that doesn't help you at DH, right? So does Yankee Al Fernandez step into that spot if you give him more time to develop? Is he the DH? But then what do you do with Zach Veen, right? So this is something that the Rockies need to figure out, and they need to figure it out quickly. This is why I don't think Mickey Moniak's part of the plan. But I do think that Mickey Moniak is a resource that the Rockies, an asset that the Rockies can use to get more in their farm system, especially with arms, because he's under team control for 2 more years. He's only 27. The problem is he looks like he's been more of a product of Coors Field because his OPS is over 1,000 at home and it's 685 on the road.
Yeah.
It's a big, or 685 or 635, something like that. So that's the issue. He has power at home and away. He's got 10 home runs at home and 5 on the road. So he can hit home runs pretty much anywhere. But I'm sure teams are looking at that and saying, yeah, you're having a career year, but it's Coors Field.
Yeah.
You know, and that OPS at home is astoundingly good. And then on the road, it's just, you know, subpar. So I'm not sure. Like Lux is asking, are we sure the Rockies even know what their plan is? I really don't think that they do. And they're going to have to, hopefully it's not Schmidt, right? Whoever the next GM is going to have to come in and say, okay, yep, Veen is part of the outfield. Or nope, Veen is not. We're going to package him and we're going to send him off to wherever, right? Ritter, he's part of the infield future. Yep, nope, he's not. We're going to send him off to wherever. Right. So, like, I don't know. The only 2 guys that are untouchable on this roster are going to be Condon and Holiday.
Yeah. Okay. I got to mention this awesome comment from Wild. The Rockies joined softball league and have 4th outfield. Yeah. Hey, they can. I mean, I know you're in a baseball league, Adam, but they could definitely do that here in Loveland for our church softball league.
Yeah,
we'll watch that. I'll sign up.
I don't know anything about softball, man. I've been playing baseball and coaching baseball my whole life. So
we're just
every time I tell people I play baseball, they're like, "Oh, you play softball?" I'm like, no, I play baseball.
It's a different sport. A different sport. I mean, it's kind of the same idea, but yeah. Again, we're losing our minds here at almost 1 o'clock in the morning. We appreciate everyone who is listening or watching this on YouTube or X. We have 37
people. Bring up all the comments, man.
Yeah, bring them in. Let's talk some baseball here.
I got 15 more minutes left in here, so
yeah, let's talk a little bit more, guys. So again, if you have any more comments, let's talk about it. So, Adam, do you have any predictions on who's going to get moved next? All right, like, just give us a prediction. So this guy's going to get moved next. Either, I mean, you don't have to give a date, but like, who do you think is going to get moved next for the Rockies? For me, it's going to be Jake Bird. Because I feel like the Phillies, I know the Phillies have been interested in Jake Bird, obviously. The Yankees have been interested, and I know Tom was mentioning how it would be sad for him to shave that off, but I mean, Jake Bird has been clean shaven before. So I think, and here's the thing, maybe there was a package for Jake Bird and McMahon, and maybe they were like, hey, we have, like, the Rockies were like, hey, we have a few more conversations with a couple of other teams. We'll get back to you about Jake Bird. So maybe that's something going on right now. But yeah.
I would say, to answer your question,
I mean, Moniak could be on there too.
I think it's going to be Moniak, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tyro Estrada gets moved.
Yeah, I mean, he hit a home run today, and I completely forgot about that until, like, just like an hour ago. I was like, oh shoot, I was looking at the highlights. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. He hit a home run today. I mean, I was working, guys, so it wasn't like I was watching the game. I was working and watching the game. But yeah, I mean, when Estrada's been playing, he's been decent. I mean, he hasn't been great, but he's been decent. Like again, I'm pulling up his stats here. I mean, he's been injury prone as heck this year.
If we're looking at the infield beyond this year, Steve, he's not in the plan.
No. Yeah, like
so why not trade him?
Yeah, why not? I mean, in 120 at bats, he has 34 hits, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs, a stolen base. I mean, 20 RBIs in 100 and how many games played? I'm trying to figure that out.
What's his OPS?
OPS this year is 727. Not bad. I mean, it could be better, but
he could help a team like.
Mm-hmm. Go back to the Giants, maybe. I mean, the Giants are still in.
He could help the Giants. He could help the Cubs. He could help the Brewers.
Yeah, I feel like he would be
Padres.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there a good market for the second base position this year? I'd have to. Again, we're going to do some more research over the next few days.
Well, and he has versatility though. He can play pretty much wherever.
Yeah, like he can play shortstop.
He plays first, third, the shortstop. Yeah. He can play outfield. I'm pretty sure he does it all.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than catcher, I think he plays pretty much every single position. So yeah, I mean, if the price is right, like why not? I mean, again, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. I mean, he's not a power hitter, but like this year, I mean, he's been a better hitter. I mean, I get it. He was injured last year, only played 96 games, and I mean, this year he's only played in 30. But I mean, his numbers, do pretty well. I mean, 30 games played this year, 20 RBIs. So that's, I mean, that's an RBI a game.
Perfect fit. Thank you, Wild. Yeah, the Astros.
Yeah. Yes, and see, this is what me and my brother we were talking about literally right before I started the show. Brendan Rodgers is gone. I'm sorry, but his career is out the door. Like I like the Rockies did a good job in just getting rid of him. And again, for those wondering why didn't the Rockies trade him, this is why the Rockies did not trade him. There was no value in him. And like last year, I think there were some rumors saying, the Rockies should have traded not only Rymack, but Brendan Rodgers. Again, no value. Like, the only value for Brendan Rodgers, I'm sorry, is his defense. Now, his average were obviously was much better than a guy like Toglia. I mean, Rodgers was like in Coors Field. I mean, he was a 260 hitter, 270 hitter when healthy. But that's the big question for Brendan was health. And again, he's hurt this year. And if you look at the numbers for Brendan Rodgers, folks, he's hitting sub 200. I don't think he does he have any home runs this year? I don't think he does.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, again, it's just like I haven't heard one single thing about Brendan Rodgers in any baseball media. Again, it kind of sucks because, again, he was a former Rocky. We love former Rockies, but, I'm pulling up his stats now. Yeah, I mean, only 115 at-bats this year. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, OPS of 544. So it's just like, and I think, it's bad. It's really bad. And so it just, he was removed. He was, again, he's not part of the future here for the Rockies. And I think it's a good reason why. So again, not a knock on Brennan. Again, we really, I did like him as a person, and, won a Gold Glove for us a few years ago, but again, it was the right move here. I think somebody commented here about, was it, Ellis Montero hitting a home run off of Trevor Bauer.
He hit that
dude. I was so happy for Montero. He was able to have his shining light moment, if you want to call it that, because Montero, of course, I don't think he ever was able to figure it out in Colorado. Had maybe one decent year, maybe a decent stretch, but.
Well, the thing about that video though is nobody's mentioning his name at all.
No, it's like who's that guy?
That notice who he is,
Trevor Bauer,
or the Rockies fans.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's Trevor Bauer. I mean, but like, yeah, nobody knows who the guy hit the home run off of, except like you said, Rockies fans. Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, so.
But
and somebody said he plays with Jay Cave on that team. Is that correct? I'm not sure. Lux, double check me on that. But
I don't know.
Old friend Jay Cave.
I don't care where Jay Cave is personally. Not at all.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for your comments. If you have any more, drop them on in as we start again wrapping up the show. We have 37 people. Yeah, go.
I just wanted to say, I I told Steve this before we got on. I took melatonin before he texted me. He's like, "Let's do a podcast tonight." So I am like fighting it, but I'm
dude.
here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
we're here. Yeah.
I'm here. It's just like I'm not my usual like.
Yeah, we do apologize. We're just kind of honestly, I like this. I like this though. This is like laid back front porch type of style. We're just having baseball conversation. I like this. We need to be more like this, Adam. Why don't we do more like
Well,
this?
I don't want people to think I'm like high or something. That's what I'm getting at. I'm just so tired because melatonin, that stuff will knock you out, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah. But hey, at least you'll be able to sleep well tonight, knowing that the trade happened and the Rockies made a good move today.
And our good friend Lux is all over the comments.
Yeah, and Lux, we appreciate you,
Wild.
And Wild Jackson, and I think Caden was here. But yeah, I mean, the comments were here tonight, Adam. Casey, awesome. Thank you for Casey for coming on in. But yeah, like we had some people show up,
as the kids would say.
They were lit, and it's 1:04 here in the morning. So again, we love our after dark people here at the Rockies Now podcast. But again, last chance to send in any more comments, guys. Oh yeah, should we talk a little bit about the comeback win over Baltimore, or should we save that for a potential Rockies recap?
I was gonna probably do a recap on that. Let's just say if you're a bird, you don't want to see the mountains coming right now. Okay.
No. But hey, Adam, I mean, what if the Rockies win another series? I mean, that's 3 straight series to open the second half. And as I put in the caption for the post game tonight on our social medias, go check that out on Instagram, X, and Threads. The Rockies, they have a new heartbeat, Tom. I mean, not Tom. See, like I'm already losing it, guys. I'm already in bed right now. Adam, the Rockies have a new heartbeat, and it's under Warren Schaefer. The Rockies don't win these games with Bud Black. I'm sorry, but they don't.
Well, they weren't winning any games with Bud Black.
With Bud Black. I mean,
it's hard for me to not agree.
Only
with
7 wins in like 50 games with So again, the Rockies. I mean, somebody mentioned this. I think in one of our comments or one of our group chats tonight. The Rockies have a better record in the second half than the Los Angeles Dodgers. So just saying, we're gonna go to the playoffs. We're gonna go to the ship. And then you posted on your story on your Instagram. Go check Adam out at Malhamez. That the Rockies have scored more runs in the second half than the Detroit Tigers. Man, the Tigers, dude, they're falling off.
Yeah, a little bit, but
I think they'll be fine though.
Their division.
I remember in 2017, the Rockies went on like an 8-game losing streak, and I remember as Rockies fans, we were like, "Oh, here we go again! Like we're gonna mix the playoffs." And the June swoon happens, but the Rockies got back in their groove, and then they made the playoffs. And it's just so crazy, Adam, to think about that the Rockies were the first team in baseball that year to reach 40 wins. It's just like those were good times, man.
Yeah, well, I would do a lot of things right now to
bring that back.
To have a conversation about like the Rockies blowing a playoff spot right now instead of where we're at.
Yeah, well, now our only hope for the rest of the year, Adam, is that the Rockies can beat the White Sox record last year of like 41 and whatever it was, like 133 losses or 43, whatever it was. But hopefully, I think, if we can beat that, I'll be happy.
Of all time.
No.
Yeah,
and again, all we need is like roughly just a little bit more than like 15 wins, and we'll be fine. And I think the Rockies, fingers crossed, they should be okay. They should be able to reach that. Yeah. So Lux says in the comments here, Rockies now want to know if Monfort will ever adapt to this new style of baseball. Let's say in order to keep Holiday, he wants $400 million. Will Monfort ever do it?
I can take that one if you want.
Yeah.
Well, the issue with Holiday is Scott Boras.
Yep.
So the Rockies will probably want to try and lock him up before he gets out of arbitration. And Scott Boras is going to say, I absolutely not. So it just depends, right? I think that the nepotism that the Rockies display within this organization will come into play in a good way when it comes to Ethan Holiday.
I mean, it's a Holiday. I mean,
because they will be willing to pay him a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, the Holidays. The Holidays are almost like the foundation of like a part of the foundation of the Rockies of franchise. I mean, again, it's like their family's been involved in the organization for years. It's like
Yes, but Scott Boras doesn't care.
No. And
So
so
the problem
it's going to work out for the
is
Rockies though.
if he becomes a superstar and he's tearing it up and the Rockies try to extend him, it's not going to happen, I don't think, unless a Cal Raleigh type situation happens where they give him, but that's a catcher. That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Catchers don't typically make, $300 million in a contract, but I would say that if he becomes a superstar that everyone thinks he's going to be, and then he hits free agency, the Rockies will be screwed in that situation.
Yeah.
Because good luck. I mean, the Rockies can't outbid the Dodgers, the Yankees.
No.
And nothing about that is going to change with Dick Monfort as the owner. I'm sorry. But we don't have to worry about this for like 6 years.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Like, I think
7 years.
And we've seen this before to where Dick Monfort makes a bad decision and then he regrets it. So I think maybe there's a part of me that's like, okay, maybe give him some grace. Maybe Dick Monfort realized, you know what, we traded Matt Holliday. That actually turned out pretty well in the long run. We got Cargo, Easton Street, but like maybe like looking back at Arenado, DJ LeMahieu. I mean, I remember when Dick Monfort was like, yeah, we should have never let him go, and DJ goes out and almost wins the AL MVP award in 2019. So just hoping that Monfort, even though we can do all the damage he's done and will do probably to continue to do, my only hope is that he literally puts a blanket around Ethan Holiday, because I mean, again, they know the Holidays. I mean, they've known the Holidays since Matt was a kid. I mean, so it's just like I feel pretty confident in Ethan Holiday here, even though there's a bunch of fans saying, "Oh, the Rockies are going to ruin him," or "Poor Ethan." No, I mean, Ethan Holiday was
He's stoked.
He was literally like crying for joy. This is what he's been wanting to do. I mean, if I was Ethan Holiday, I mean, would it kind of stink going to a losing team? Yeah, but still, you have a tremendous opportunity to turn this franchise around, just like his dad did. Because when his dad got drafted, Adam, like in 2004 or whatever year it was, or no, it was either early 2000s. I forget what year it was. Again, it's late here in the evening, but the Rockies, they were horrible, and the only decent player on the Rockies during that time when Holiday was drafted was Todd Helton and Larry Walker, and that was basically it. Galarraga had already moved on. Bichette was already gone. So really it was Walker and Helton. That was it. I mean, still, that was still a decent team if you look at the roster, but everybody else is just like, eh. And that's why during that time they were called, Todd and the Toddlers, right? And then it grew into the 2017. So, I think the Rockies, even though we can talk about their nepotism, maybe, just imagine Clint Hurdle's going to be the new manager. And he's like, hey, I'm going to coach your son. So that's something that we don't want to see. But, we are still, though, excited to see Ethan Holiday be the guy. Maybe not a superstar again. We're not going to try to put a label on him quite yet, but he's definitely going to be a potential face of the franchise here, and that's what we're hoping for. Again, we're going to start wrapping this thing up. So again, thank you guys for your comments. We got Wild says Tovar going so far. Yeah, I mean, Tovar has been great since coming back. I'm so glad the Rockies made that decision to keep him and extend him. That was the right move, even though he's been injured once or twice this year, and it's such a bad year. But I think the Rockies fans should be excited to have Tovar for so many years. I mean, this guy, if he wasn't been hurt, I mean, he could have been one of an all-star this year. He should have been an all-star last year, arguably.
Tovar and Ritter up the middle.
Yep. And then Jackson, remember when we were first team to 10 wins in spring training? Yeah, I mean, the Rockies, yeah, weren't we the best spring training team this year? I think, or second best, like after the Dodgers or whatever it was. So it's just like, in some ways, you actually rather have a bad spring training, because I remember in 2017, 2018, we had like bad, horrible spring trainings, and yet we were one of the best teams in baseball. So we're going to silently root for horrible spring training. So hopefully we have that.
We'll be there next year, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah.
I'm talking it into reality.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the word people use?
Yeah.
What's the word when you make something happen? You're
not a prophet, but I'm trying to allow me to Google it. Wishing something into existence. I'm trying to, if somebody has
manifest.
Manifest, yes. Okay,
The Rocky Mountain Bull has a comment that we should address.
Yeah, we got
Thank you, Rocky Mountain Bull. You, my guy, right there, man. Yes.
Yeah,
Am
absolutely.
I in the wrong for still believing so heavily in Adael Amador? He looked really good in that short stretch. No, you are not in the wrong.
No, yeah, well, like we had, I think, Lux comment saying, why did the Rockies send him down? Well, I think it was because of the Estrada IL thing. So with Estrada coming back,
these are the conversations that should not be happening. Estrada should not be on the team.
Yeah, and so it's just like hopefully we see something happen here, because again, like it's just like, well, he's not part of the future. Like again, like J. Cave last year. I mean, J. Cave had a really good year. The Rockies could have traded him. I mean, compared to Jurickson Profar a couple years ago when he did nothing for this team, and thankfully we DFA'd him. And actually, by DFAing Jurickson Profar, that allowed Hunter Goodman to make his debut. So there you go. The more you know.
That guy's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But Ryan McMahon's our best player, according to some people.
Yeah.
I was like, haven't watched the Rockies at all this year. You're just going off of like the one name and saying it's our best player.
Yeah.
This is the problem. I'm gonna start getting into it, Steve. Stop me quickly. But like, this is the problem with Rockies fans is they don't understand, and not our guys, not the guys that follow us. Our guys are awesome. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Rockies fans don't know why someone was traded. They just assume, oh, it's the Rockies and he got good, so we had to trade him. No, that's not how this works. The Rockies do not habitually trade good players. In fact, they do the opposite, and they let those players go and walk in free agency.
Or extend to horrible contracts.
I just want people who are Rockies fans to just like educate themselves more and like
watch the game.
Watch the team and look at the minor leagues and like look at where things are and why guys get traded. And is it a money thing? Is it a performance thing?
Yeah.
Is it he's not in our contention window thing? Is it because we just have too many guys at a certain position? It's not, the Rockies don't just say, you know what, I feel like trading Ryan McMahon today.
Yeah.
Like this was not a willy-nilly decision by the Rockies. It just, no matter what you guys think of the front office, I assure you, this was not an easy decision for the Rockies.
Yeah.
And it was not something that they were just like, we're trading this guy because he's terrible.
Yeah.
Because I saw somebody today, they were like, he's had an off season or he's had a bad year, so they're trading him. I'm like, nope,
that's not how it works.
That's not why they're trading him. They're trading him because it makes sense to trade him on both sides.
Yeah.
So Rockies fans, just get with it.
I will say this, Adam. Should we go to the World Baseball Classic, dude? Phoenix, Arizona. Are there going to be games in Phoenix? I think they did a few years ago. That'd be so much fun. Go to like a Mexico United. Yeah, go to one of those games.
Yeah.
Well, hey, stay tuned, folks. We might do something fun in the future.
I'm not rooting for Ohtani. I don't care.
No, yeah.
Not at all.
I hope Tovar starts in the World Baseball Classic for Venezuela. Yeah, like I will say though, it was really really cool that because I think breaking news, was it today or yesterday? Well, now of course we're in the early morning.
It's in Houston next year, isn't
it? Yeah, it's in Houston, but Edwin Diaz is going to be returning to Puerto Rico, which is great. I just don't get why people I like the World Baseball Classic is doing. Guys, it's probably more exciting than I would argue say it might be more exciting than some playoff games and World Series games. I was nailed to my TV watching Team USA and Japan a few years ago. It's good for baseball. It's good for growing the sport. That's what we want. And just because a guy gets injured, even Edwin Diaz came out and said the other day that I could have injured my Achilles and torn it at my house. Like it was an accident. It's not like he literally like did something on the mound, something stupid, or he he was just celebrating. It was an accident. And so it's just like I am tired of all these people saying, "Oh, the World Baseball Classic sucks. It should getting rid of. It should be only for minor league players." Like, come on. Like, so that's just my little rant tonight. But yeah, so the WBC is in Houston and Miami. So Adam,
Miami.
you want to go Miami or Houston?
You wouldn't have to talk me into going to Miami. I'll
No.
be there.
I mean, I would maybe entertain. I mean, I do like Marlins Park. The only reason why I would go to Marlins Park is if they're wearing the teal hats and they bring back the teal uniforms. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, but
bring those back. By the way, bring those back.
It's
Marlins,
the WBC though. It's not the Marlins.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Like what?
It's the WBC, we're not going to watch the Marlins. Right. We're going to watch the WBC.
But still, like if I ever went down to, I mean, it's in spring training when this thing takes place. But like the only reason why I'd go down to Miami would be is if they are, if the season was going on, I'd watch the Marlins wear the teal uniforms. But still, I mean, I will say the prices for Marlins games are very, very low. It's like one of the lowest in baseball for a good reason. But hey, I mean, Adam, the Marlins are kind of battling 500 here. They might. I mean, it's just shocking that they're actually having a better year than the Atlanta Braves. And like, I can't barely name any of the guys on the roster other than like Alcantara, Connor Norby, and then Kyle Stowers, and that's pretty much it.
Well, and they lost Griffin Conine earlier in
with injury year, and with that catch, man, probably the catch of the year.
He still has the catch of the year.
Yeah, by far. Yeah.
That was just
I saw a post this morning from a Marlins fan page, and it was like showing the superstars that have been in Miami. I mean, like again, his dad, Jeff Conine, and then it's just like Miguel Cabrera, Dan Ugla,
Bobby Bonilla, Gary Sheffield.
I mean,
Josh Beckett.
Back when the Marlins were actually relevant. Yeah.
Charles Johnson, Rockies legend. Preston Wilson, Rockies legend.
Part of me, I feel for Marlins fans. I feel for the franchise. But like they traded those guys. Yelich, again, Yelich was a real Muto, JT Realmuto.
Chris Floyd.
Justin Bohr, Jared Saltalamacchia, the longest catcher.
Wait, Real Muto was a Marlin?
Mm-hmm. And then he went to Philadelphia.
Oh, he was. That's right. He was a Miami Marlin.
Yeah, Miami
Florida
Marlins.
But a Miami Marlin.
Did you like the orange Marlins colors, or do you like the new one? I like the orange color rather than the new ones. I mean, I prefer the old teal Florida Marlins. Bring that back. But if I had to pick the current ones or the ones before the current Marlins uniforms, I'd pick the orange.
I think the Marlins have had ugly uniforms.
Yeah, they've had like three. They've had like three different brands in the last 10 years.
Oh yeah, Jose Fernandez. That's a good call
rest in peace. Yeah. I'll never forget when Tulo hit a line drive right to him.
Did you catch that?
And he's like smiling.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, dude. Fernandez was supposed to be that guy, and it's so sad what happened. But like, he only pitched a couple of years in the big leagues. That was it. Well, like 1 full year.
No,
I think, or was it 2 full years? It was like,
I think it might have been 2.
And it was in the offseason when he passed away. But yeah, man, it's like
that guy. Boating accident, right?
Yeah, it was like off the shore in Miami or Cuba or something. I forget. But
that's sad, man.
It's one of the saddest stories in baseball ever. I mean, this guy was an all-star, and he was extremely young. This guy was almost like the pride and joy of Miami. And after that, honestly, really, I mean, I know the Marlins have been in the playoffs. You can say about 2020, whatever, or a couple years ago. But like ever since then, the Marlins have not been the same. And I feel for them. And of course, like the Rockies, I don't think have they ever won the division? I don't think they have.
Who?
The Marlins. I don't think they've won the division ever.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Well, I know that the 2 World Series that they've won were via wild cards. Like, I'm going to Google it. Have the Marlins won a division?
I'm sure that Gary Sheffield team won the division, right?
No, the Marlins have never won a division title.
Wow.
Wikipedia. They're one of the only 2 expansion teams to never win the other team, the Rockies. Despite that, they have won 2 World Series titles in their history, 97 and 2003. So actually, the Rockies and Marlins are the only 2 franchises, Adam, in baseball that have never won their division.
That's right, because the Marlins, when they did win their World Series championships, they were wild card team. Yeah,
and it's just like there's a lot of similarity. And it's just funny because it wasn't not too long ago, like a few weeks ago or a month or whatever ago, like the Rockies passed the Marlins in terms of all-time wins. So But it's very similar. I mean, they both have very similar records.
Well, when the Rockies are in a division with the
Dodgers.
Mariners, no, in the future, when
Oh,
they're
in
in
the
the
future.
division
Yeah,
with the
yeah, that's right.
Mariners and the Royals and the
Yeah, that's right.
Diamondbacks
We had the Diamondbacks in there. Yeah.
and somebody else, they'll finally win the division. We
Yeah.
gotta wait though till the A's move to Vegas.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
they'll expand out to
Yeah.
Montreal, Nashville, whatever.
Yeah, we forgot D. Strange Gordon. That was another good one. D. Gordon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy that could run on wheels.
Well, he hit that home run. He hit that home run for Jose.
Jose against the Mets. I'll never forget that. That was super emotional. I remember like they had like a ceremony before and after the game. It's just like I don't know as a player.
At the mound.
Yeah. And then we have Ichiro Suzuki. I'll again, I keep forgetting that he was a Marlin. And
yeah, they've had some good players out there.
Yeah, but then they just trade him away. But I mean, some of these guys were veterans. They were like in their I mean, Suzuki. I mean, he did go back to the Mariners, but like retired in that like international game, right, in 2019.
Yeah,
I think it was like in Tokyo. It was like the A's and the Mariners. I mean, you as a Mariners fan, you remember that, but yeah. So like Josh here, he says Steven got to the comments before I did. But yeah, Rockies legend Jacob Stallings. That's right, longtime Marlin.
Well, we're missing one. There's a big omission here. You know who it is?
Position player or pitcher?
Actually, there's two of them. There's two big ones.
Okay, the pressure's on.
They're both. They were both infielders for the Marlins.
Okay. Give me a year. Or like an era.
Oh man. Probably. Well, he was on the World Series team.
Oh, and
the Josh Beckett.
Oh, okay. World so it's not. Is it Hanley Ramirez?
Hanley is one of them, but I was thinking about Miggy.
Hanley. Yeah, Miggy. Okay.
Hanley Ramirez, dude, that guy
could play. He could play.
He was a baller, dude.
Later in his career, maybe not. I mean, even when he was with the Red Sox, I remember he was with Boston. He was with LA with the Dodgers. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Dude,
but it wasn't like it wasn't like with the Dodgers though. I remember he wasn't like that great with the Dodgers. It was like 1 year, I think. But I do remember him be on the Dodgers. Of course, I remember him on the Red Sox. I think he was on the Red Sox twice. I think.
I don't remember it.
But anyways, yeah, again, bunch of former
Jose Reyes, Luis Castillo,
Brian Shaw,
Alex Gonzalez, Dontrelle Willis.
Oh, Dontrelle Willis, the lefty.
Kevin Brown.
Man, they have some solid. You could say the same thing about the Rockies. I mean, Juan Pierre, also a former Rocky. He played for the Marlins.
Jeff Cirillo. Preston Wilson.
A lot of Rockies played with the Marlins. I mean, and you know, are there? Oh yeah, that's right. I just remembered Jose Tinico. You remember him from 2019, 2020 seasons? Bullpen.
Jesus Tinoco, the trade piece for Tulo.
Yeah. Because we traded him for like in that trade. Tinoco didn't make his debut until 2019, roughly, and then he only pitched. I think we had him for like a few years, but he didn't do that well. Obviously, he was very bad. But now I think he's having some success in Miami. So yeah, Tinoco's another one. I'm trying to think. Jamie Moyer never pitched for the Marlins, I don't think.
No, I was naming off Rockies.
Oh, Rockies. Okay.
Jeff Cirillo never played for the Marlins.
No, but Jamie Moyer never did though. Even though I remember, I'll never forget that game.
Mariners and Rockies, I think.
Yeah, and that's it. Oh no, Moyer pitched for the Phillies. That's right.
Oh, the Phillies. Yeah.
Yeah, in the World Series year 2008.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean Moyer. It's still crazy that Moyer ended his career with the Rockies, right? I think he was like 50 something.
I don't know. I just remember John Carlos Stanton hitting a 700-foot home run off of him in Miami, and it was hilarious.
And then here's another one that I just absolutely. Oh, Josh Johnson. That's another one. Josh Beckett, Pablo Lopez, Luis Ariz, man.
Oh yeah, Luis Ariz was a Marlin.
Went from Minnesota to the Marlins, now with the Padres. Miami fire sale.
Dude, they've gotten rid of so many good
Good
players. Somebody
players.
mentioned Yelich earlier
Well,
too.
like again, like shout out to Jolly Olive, who I love watching his videos from time to time. He did a video on the Marlins, like the franchise history and all-time moves. It's incredible, man. Like the Marlins have given up so many good players for nothing, and a lot of the players that they get in return are bad. I mean, is it kind of relevant to the Rockies? Maybe a little bit less than the Rockies, but Chichi Gonzalez is another guy. Chichi Gonzalez, I thought he was a pitcher, but apparently he's a bullpen catcher for the Marlins.
Dude, I actively rooted against that guy when he was a Rocky.
I actually
horrible.
went to one of the games where it was actually in 2019. The second to last game of the season, he pitched against Gio Gonzalez for the Brewers. He actually pitched okay. Chichi Gonzalez had a few decent starts, but still, like, whenever he pitched on the mound, it was just like you had to close your eyes and just say, okay, game over, go on to the next one. Juan Pierre, Juan Pierre was a Marlin, also a Rocky at one point.
Mike Lowell.
The
Marlins.
That's right. He was a Marlin. What's another one? I'm thinking of an outfielder.
We said Jeff Conine, right?
Yes, Jeff Conine. Thinking of an outfielder. Placido Polanco.
No.
Yeah, he was
Marlins?
Yeah, he was a Marlin.
No. Yep. Was he?
Yeah, Placido Polanco. Yeah. Here, I'll Google it. Marlins. Yeah, he was. Yep. Here, let me. Can I?
Was he on the World Series team?
No, he was this is when they rebranded for the first time into the orange color.
Dude, that's a good call out. I did not remember that.
Placido Polanco. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Yep. There he is. Right there in that image, and then right there, Placido. Come on, Google. Anyways, like he was a Marlin. Yep. There he is. He was a Marlin. See, like, okay, I actually like these jerseys for the Marlins, but like when they were orange and black, that looked better than the current ones. But yeah, Philly, he's a Philly Tiger. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any more Marlins out there. We're having like a Marlins segment.
Apparently, yeah, we're talking about
we're talking about the Marlins when we should be talking about the Rockies. But hey, we're having fun. We're talking ball here. We're having a great time. We have 41 people, which is more people than we've had. Awesome. Zach Gallen was a Marlin. And then who else was in that trade? Oh shoot, there was somebody else in that trade from it was for Zach Gallen, and then was it Alcantara was from the Diamondbacks? No, Alcantara was from the Cardinals. Remember it was a 3-team trade.
Oh yeah, Carson Kelly.
Yeah. So it was a 3-team trade. Marcell Ozuna went from the Marlins to the Cardinals. Yeah, now I'm starting to remember stuff now. So yeah, Marcell Ozuna was a Marlin.
Hey, put that comment up from Rocky Mountain Bull about Ben Paulson, dude. Look at that call out.
Ooh, Ben Paulson was a Marlin?
No. He's just talking about Rockies legends, Ben Paulson.
Yeah.
Hey, we can mention Ben Petrick in the same breath. How about that?
Ben Petrick.
Jack Cust.
Some of these names are solid. Like these are good.
These are names that only Rockies fans know.
No, we need to start again. We're gonna bring once the off season, because we've been doing this past couple off seasons, but we'll be of course bringing back a name that Rocky. But these are some names to do this year in the off season. So again, stay tuned. If you guys want to get some clear ahead of notes on players or whatever, just feel free to come back to this and we'll put some names in there. But I think we're going to start wrapping this thing up. Again, we appreciate everybody for coming on in. We've been
fun.
It's been awesome. Fun. Great fun conversation. Again, kind of a downer for not having Tom in here. We obviously we love having our guy Tom on board, but today was one of those busy days for all of us here at Rockies Now, especially with the trade and everything. And but we do appreciate all of you guys for coming on in and having fun with us. And it's like 1:30 in the morning. So, Rocky Mountain Bulls for Josh, Wild, Lux, Jackson. You guys are the people here. We appreciate you all.
Rock stars.
You are rock stars. We love you and appreciate you. You are our guys. Anything else we should mention before we log off tonight, Adam, as we, just, again, we kind of quickly look back at the trade and, just, I guess for me, it's just make sure the Rockies, hey, great job, but keep your gas on the pedal. Don't give up. you can still get really solid players in the draft. Like again, or not on the draft, but just by making the trades. You got the draft over with. Now let's acquire more talent here because again, this is the fastest way you can turn around your team, man. Because this is it. And like if the Rockies are going to learn from their mistakes, which they rarely do, this is it, man. I mean, the Rockies, if they need to rejuvenate the fan base even more, even though the majority of the fan base is sadly out the door, but we're still here. You know, like we have to keep pounding. We have to keep making these moves and prove to the fan base that we're going to go young and we're going to rely on the young kids, not on guys like Kyle Farmer to be the future of this team because they're obviously not. But we got to turn this thing around, man.
We are here at the outset of the turnaround of the Colorado Rockies.
Yep.
So no one can say we're bandwagon fans or any of that stuff when the Rockies are good here in a year or two. I'm not saying the Rockies will be like contenders next year, but they will be better.
They will be better.
No question about it.
I can definitely see it. Yeah.
So we're here, boys. We're real Rockies fans. We're talking about the Rockies at 1:30 in the morning.
That's how much we love the Rockies.
Yeah, that's
especially when Adam had a long day at work, Tom had a long day at work, I had a long day at work. I've been busy since 10 a.m. this morning when I got the news about the trade. So we've been busy here, but again, you guys are rock stars for coming on it tonight. For you guys, you might like for me, I have work tomorrow, but for you guys who are in the comments, you might have work tomorrow. But so big shout out to you guys. You guys get a virtual star from us. So and a big love and a big heart from all of us here at Rockies Now. Josh says I was at the game. Fun fact, that's awesome, Josh. That's great.
Wow, the Ichiro game.
The Ichiro game. That's another one. Hit 3,000 hit at Coors Field. I remember
that.
Yeah.
Rockies recap. I'll probably do it at the end of the series after we sweep the Orioles.
Yeah. I guess we can let our fans kind of like come in on this. So I think we might have all three of us in that. Should we do that, or should we kind of do like two again, like having two people do one? I mean, maybe.
Oh, I was talking about my video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. For Instagram, yeah. So again, for those who follow us on Instagram, if you saw our Instagram post or reel the other day, we're kind of doing something new. We're super excited about it. It kind of gives more people some more insight about the games, especially if you're at work or whatever and you don't have time to watch the podcast or look at our post or whatever. Sometimes it's just easy to scroll through, just get some more information. So Adam, we're going to be doing that pretty much almost every single series for at least one or two games. We're still testing it out, but we're really looking forward to it. And I might be doing it one eventually soon. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're just trying to grow some of the community, be a little bit more. We want some more fan excitement. We want you guys to get involved as well. And one of the things that would be kind of cool in the future is to have you with some of you guys on the show and being able to talk to you guys personally. So, but yeah, we're going to do some
cool.
Yeah. And we have some really fun ideas coming up. Again, we kind of mentioned it tonight about going to Arizona next year and doing a live show potentially.
Sorry.
So, yeah. Sorry, not sorry. But anyways, we're going to have fun here at Rockies Now. All right. So again, Wild, thank you for coming on in. Fun show. We appreciate you, Wild. And then Josh, thank you guys. Go get some sleep. We will. I'm going to go to bed in like 2 minutes. I'm going to jump right in bed, and then I have to get back to work tomorrow.
My girlfriend's going to kill me. I'm coming to bed all late and stuff, but that's the price you pay for being a Rockies fan at 1:30 in the morning. So it's all good.
Thanks, Rockies, for making the trade. Great, but also I hate you because it's been busy, nonstop busy. Like my phone has been going off every 5 seconds of notifications and DMs. But hey, that's a good thing because again, we're getting people, we're growing the Rockies community. But again, we love you guys. We appreciate you. Get some sleep tonight, folks, and we'll talk to y'all later. Love from Adam and myself here at Rockies Now, and from Tom as well, who again wasn't able to join tonight, but he sends his best regards.
Shout out, Tom.
Yeah, let's go. But anyway, folks, have a good night. We'll talk to you all later, and again, we'll inform you guys on our social medias when we're going to do our next podcast or Rockies recap. So stay tuned for that. As always,
go Rockies, baby.
Go Rocks.